Alrighty folks, well today's video is essentially some tools, some tips and some tactics on how you can really overcome your fear of public speaking. Now I can really relate to this because throughout my entire high school and schooling in general, I absolutely hated public speaking. I just did everything I could to get away from it, right? However, what I notice is that public speaking is a little bit a unique skill, right? People have a belief that they have to be able to do it before they do it. Like, it's public speaking is a skill just like any other skill, right? People don't think, oh, I need to be able to ride the horse before I get on the horse. They know that horse riding is just another skill, right? Or using a computer, just another skill, right? And all skills in life need to essentially be trained, worked on, and practiced. And yes, you're going to find that some people in life are a little bit more naturally inclined to be extroverted and be able to speak in front of people, but at the same time, we need to appreciate a lot of people aren't, but a lot of people are some really great public speakers because they made the decision to actually make the commitment to actually learn the skill itself, right? And the skill is a never-ending learning task, right? There's always more that we can learn about it. But let's jump into the tools and tactics, right? So the first thing you want to realize is it is a skill. So just make the decision to work on the skill. Second, whenever you stand up in front of people, you are going to have the chemicals that come up, the butterflies, right? Now that's going to be because you're going to have cortisol and adrenaline that come up for you in your body, and they're going to help you be ready to act and ready to take charge and be on point, right? However, many people will often see that as a negative and they go, oh, I've got the butterflies. Well, the butterflies are actually a really good thing because your body wants to support you in that moment, right? And that leads to point number 3. You want to label the butterflies as expansion, or label the butterflies as a really positive thing, because those butterflies are going to propel you to success. And after every presentation, you find that you really have a new sense of identity, a new sense of who you are and what you are capable of, which is fantastic, right? So number 1, acknowledge they're going to come up. Number 2, label them as excitement and as expansion. Now the next one there is we want to think about the fact that when we first start out, and the reason we get nervous is we think that our audience are judging us. And we think that the extreme judgment is going to lead to a negative impact on us. However, when we start to realize that the presentation, the workshop, the speech, it's actually not about us, it's actually about the audience and how we can serve and help the audience. You suddenly no longer think about yourself. You suddenly no longer think about your content as much. You think about how can you support and serve your audience. And a great question to ask yourself is something like, what is going to be the biggest challenge or consequence that this audience will face if they don't hear and act on what I'm about to share with them? And when you share that, or have that clear in your mind, well, they could actually suffer this problem, and maybe they will have problems in these areas or these areas. You start to realize that the presentation, it's not about you, it's all about how you can help your audience in whatever areas you're about to speak about. And you can certainly flip it and go positive. What is the biggest benefits that this audience will hear and receive when they act on what I'm about to share with them, right? And immediately when you ask that, it takes you from your head to your heart and helping the other people with whatever they're going through and might experience in the future. So, what is the biggest challenge or consequence this audience will face if they don't hear my message and act on my message I'm about to share with them, right? It's a great way to take you to realizing you're there to serve. You're not there for them to serve you, right? Now, the last couple of things I'm going to share with you are the hard yards, right? You need to appreciate that every skill in life, you need to practice it. Every skill in life, just like public speaking, you need to practice it so that you can overcome those challenges when you show up, right? You've got to rehearse. You got to rehearse to the point that you can show up and you can recall what you're going to say with looking at your notes and without looking at your notes, and it's so top of mind so that you can overcome those fears or that anxiety that shows up, right? But that takes practice and rehearsal. But then that leads to the next point, which is structures. If you've got structures to fall back on, that allows you to not forget your content, and it allows you to show up powerfully, right? So structures are a really great thing to do or get used to or to follow. And if you want to find out great structures, buy my book or come to my training, or just research great public speaking structures and formats to follow, right? When you got the format, you know exactly what's going to come next, and you don't need to worry about the perfect thing to say, or or if you miss a word, say the wrong word, because you've got the structure in your head and you know what comes next. Just a side note, there's 14 major pillars for any presentation that you need to cover off. But anyway, that's another topic for another day. On that note, folks, hope you got some value from the video. If you did, like, comment, share. Let's get the message out there, and let's really help people step up, stand out, and get their message out to their marketplace even stronger. And if you are a public speaker or a trainer and still get those nerves, have a think about what I've shared in this video. It might really help you out. Thanks for watching, team. We'll see you on the next one. Bye for now.